There's a new Heritage Foundation study that found a $15 minimum wage could increase childcare costs by an average of 21%, forcing providers to pass on the cost of higher wages to parents. The study claims the hardest hit states could see their costs go up by over 30%. Joining us now is Fox News Sunday anchor Chris Wallace. It's great to have you. Chris, you've seen minimum wage debates in the past. How does this one shape up in your mind?
Well, I think it shapes up in terms of the urgency of some Democrats, particularly in the left wing of the Democratic Party, because it has been so long. I just checked. The minimum wage, which is now $7.25 an hour, has been in place since 2009. And you had the 8 years of the Obama presidency, and now you've got Biden in, and there have been a lot of Democrats over the course of those 11 plus years saying we got to raise this. $7.25, it means a lot of people stay at the poverty level. But, you know, as with every argument, there are the pluses and minuses to raising the level. The CBO, the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, came out with a report just in the last couple of weeks that said if you raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour, which is what they're talking about, it'll mean that 1.4 million jobs are lost. On the other hand, 900,000 people will be raised from poverty. So, you know, that's the trade-off. Is some people may say at $15 an hour, I'm not going to hire that person. On the other hand, people who were making $7.25 and now making $15 an hour, they'll benefit.
Heritage Foundation writes this about the wage. In turn, the unintended consequences of $15 minimum wage could force some parents to give up their jobs and live on lower household incomes, while causing others, especially single parents, to turn to non-licensed, typically illegal child care. So this is one of the things that people are talking about if you go there. And we'll see whether or not it even is in the bill. Joe Biden has said a couple times he doesn't think he can even make it in there. Chris, what is your sense if you're able to pass COVID relief at $1.9 trillion initially, and then you come back for maybe infrastructure after that, and we were given a round figure of about $2 trillion. So you're at $4 trillion. How much of this can they get through? In what time frame do you believe?
Well, let's just go specifically to minimum wage. I don't think it doesn't really matter what the Biden administration wants to do or what Senate Democratic leaders want to do. Kyrsten Sinema, a Democratic senator from Arizona and one of the more moderate, some would say center-right, senators in the Democratic Party, has said, I am not going to pass minimum wage as part of COVID relief. It doesn't fit in there. It has nothing to do with COVID. I'll vote against it. So that knocks out the idea of reconciliation or the nuclear option and the filibuster. If you don't have 50 Senate votes, then you can't do anything. And I think there's some other moderate, mainstream center-right Democrats like Joe Manchin, a few of the others, John Tester of Montana, who might not go along with it anyway. But to your larger point, I agree with you. They can, and I think they can only pass. You check me with Chad Pergram, who has forgotten more than I know about this. I think they can only pass one reconciliation bill on any budget. And if you use reconciliation, the 50 votes plus the Vice President Harris on COVID relief, I'm not sure you can do it. Then on the infrastructure bill, another $2 billion. Yeah. You know, at a certain point, even in Washington, trillions of dollars is a lot of money.
I would have to check with Chad, too. I think because of last year, I think they can actually try to do it twice this year. But I got to ask you, so Jim Messina, former campaign manager for Barack Obama, he was on last hour, and I asked him about Kyrsten Sinema, the Arizona senator. His answer was that, you know, Joe Biden is such a good legislative negotiator. He's going to be the one that convinces people to do the $15 an hour minimum wage. I mean, do you think so, Chris?
No, I mean, all I can say is Kyrsten Sinema gave an interview to Politico that's on the website today, saying she ain't going for the minimum wage as part of COVID relief, perhaps as a separate package, but not as COVID relief. She's taken a pretty bold position. I'm not sure even Joe Biden, with all of his legislative skills, and they're considerable, is going to be able to change her mind and some others on this particular issue.
I just throw Manchin in that conversation, too. Just reading here out of Nevada, Catherine Cortez Masto has had a lot of conversations with unions. So, too, has Jeanne Shaheen out of New Hampshire. So we'll see where they all come down on this.
Thanks for watching the Heritage Foundation's YouTube channel. With more than 500,000 members, we are the nation's largest conservative research and education institution. We believe the principles and ideas of the American founding are worth conserving and renewing. Please help us further our mission by subscribing to this channel and sharing our videos with your family and friends.